Hello, hello. How are we doing? It is Monday again. It's Movement Monday with Ray and Ryan. I'm Ryan. It's my buddy Ray. I had to make sure I got that right. Um, Hope everybody's doing good. Ray, how you been?
Not too bad about yourself.
Doing good. Doing good.
Good,
We just got off of a pretty exciting meeting. Some big stuff coming down the pipe.
for sure. It's very exciting.
Yeah, I don't know how much we can talk detail about it, but some, yeah, game changing, life changing things coming our way very
Definitely.
shortly. Very shortly, I
Yeah.
believe, too. So,
And to give a tidbit of information, one of the things that was mentioned was a possibility of bumping up performance in a workout. So that's exciting for me and for us, especially when here, in Movement Monday, when they start talking about workout and performance, then that's speaking our language and speaking to us and to our crowd. So can't doubt
yeah,
about
that
that.
that definitely got my attention when that was brought up. I was listening intently anyway, but then when that aspect of it was brought up, I was like, ooh, all right.
For sure. A couple of other things coming down the pike. Be on the lookout for a word from Ryan and I. Once again, those of you that have joined us in the past know that Ryan and I are both promoters for Innovative Posh, and we've got some new tools coming your way, some new possibilities to try products and test them out, see how they work for you, things that will help. The main products that we're starting out with is products that will help improve your sleep, products that will help with immune boost and what do we got? The immune, the sleep, the feel
Complete.
great, the complete your multivitamin. Who doesn't need multivitamins? And then also the feel great, the CBD patch, and definitely a great opportunity for folks to try those out. Looking forward to that new opportunity to get those items shared and have folks be able to do a trial period for those. So be on the lookout for that. Pretty exciting stuff. It helps to get to take basically takes us out as the middleman to get you your product and get you a sample straight to you, and which is a pretty big thing. But definitely any information that you want to have on that, Ryan or I can get you information that you need, as well as any of the other products that aren't available for the trial products yet. We've got plenty of products that help with both supplementation, vitamins, and then also self care. For those of you that do face mask, face wash, bubble bath or bath and stuff, and soaps. I mean, and it's stuff for men and women, not just women. So feel free to reach out, let us know. There's a handful of the products that us men of Innovative have tuned in, and I think most of us are using a handful of the products anyway. And I've managed to find a few products that don't smell like berries or fruit or something like that. Just if that's your jam, that's cool. But I don't want to smell that pretty.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
Yeah. Well, Ray,
yeah,
I got to real quick talking about facials and stuff. There's something different going on your face. It looks a little
yes, sir.
different. So talk to me.
Yeah, it's November and it is Movember, and I've paid attention here and there to Movember throughout the years, and this year I decided that I wanted to try something, or I wanted to see what it was about more and learn more about it. And so I did a little bit of research and found out that Movember, I had always thought that it was more about getting yourself checked and making sure that you have your screenings and whatnot done. As we get older, that stuff gets to be more important, and we're getting closer to that. We're about that mid 40s mark, and that stuff becomes important. But what I found is that Movember isn't 100% focused on just getting your checkups and making sure that that you don't have anything of concern or whatnot. But it's also a movement to help support men's mental health, November is Men's Mental Health Month, and so I signed up for a full-on campaign. So I've committed to doing 60 miles in the month of November, and the 60 miles is a target that they set, and it represents the number of men that commit suicide globally each hour. So it's a man commits suicide every minute on the hour globally, and so it's just and what it comes down to is basically that as men, it's not always easy to talk. It's not always easy to share your feelings. It's not always easy to say that you're having a hard time. And a lot of times it's a sign of weakness in some people's minds. And so my thing is, Brian, I'm not even sure that if you know this or not, but my dad committed suicide when I was 4. And so suicide is very near and dear to me. I have, a handful of friends and family members that I know that have friends and family members that have committed suicide. And it's very, it's something that I want to prevent as much as I can. I am a dad. I can't imagine not being in my son's life. And I can't imagine, what folks are going through when they decide that they need to, that they can't go on anymore. And it needs to be addressed. It needs to be less of a stigma. It needs to be easier for men to talk about that they're having a hard time and they need support. If not from other men, from just other people in their life, whether it's a close friend, whether it's somebody that you barely know, whether it's somebody that you're comfortable with. And so my goal is to share and fundraise to help as a resource to help folks get, the support that they need. Not everybody has a great support system, and not everybody is in an environment where they can ask for that support. And so, the Movember movement helps raise money to help folks, have those resources and have somebody to talk to and have somebody to reach out to. And so if I can do anything to help out that cause, that's definitely something that I'm going to do.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And no, I did not know that. And that's, wow. No, I have one of my uncles took his own life. And so I know not the same level as, a parent going, but, a family member. I know the wake that left throughout the whole family, and seeing how that played out. And now, it happened when I was fairly young. So now being older and more in tune with what goes on kind of in that situation, I'm always, hey, if somebody wants to talk, call me. I don't care what time it is. Pick up the phone, show up on my doorstep. We'll make some coffee, tea, whatever, and
100%.
Let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's talk before those decisions are made.
Yeah, and I was 4 when that happened, and so it wasn't anything that I understood or even anything that I knew about right away. I didn't learn until a little bit later in my life. And it's how do you explain that to a 4-year-old? So my parents, were separated. They weren't together, and so I think it was kind of a situation where I didn't know he wasn't around anymore because he wasn't around very much before that. But regardless, it's just there's always that thing in the back of my mind of what would the relationship have been like if I got older and wanted to get to know him, and so, but I don't know. I've had hard times in my life. I can understand. I'll admit that the thought has crossed my mind at one point in my life. I'm definitely in a much better place now, and stress can get to you, but coming back to why we're here and why we do what we do, movement is definitely a proven fact of that. It helps keep folks in a higher mental or better mental space. Exercise helps reduce or really produce endorphins. What's the word I'm looking for there? Release endorphins and helps keep folks in a better headspace and a better mind space. And so when I saw that that there was an opportunity to move and commit to 60 miles in a month, it spoke right to me, because it was, one, took movement into play. 2, it took support and acknowledgement into play with helping bring awareness. That's the word I was looking for. Bring awareness to to things that go on, because I don't know that a good majority of the population understands how big of an issue it is, and you think about veterans, Veterans Day coming up November 11th. It's a big population there, and it's near and dear there. My dad was a veteran as well, and so there's just a lot of things that men in particular don't talk about. And I'm not to say that it doesn't happen to women, but the focus is men's mental health, and that's why I have a mustache and not a beard right now. So,
looks good, by the way. Looks good.
Thanks. My wife was
different, but good.
And my wife was supportive. She said, "No, I think you wear it well." And I was like, "All right, well, thanks," because that's kind of important. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's awesome that you took on that challenge and that platform, and so I don't know how it works or what it would work, but I'll donate some miles to your cause for my workouts coming up. So
good deal. Well, and if I'm being honest, I looked at it. I thought that 60 miles was kind of a big cup of water to drink, and it's kind of what I do every month. but they're dedicated miles this month. And it's, again, we talk a lot about accountability and why we do what we do, and every Monday I wake up and I think, it is Monday. I have to go to the gym because I do not want to jump on Movement Monday tonight and say, "Oh, I was tired. I slept in." Or I put that one this morning. That's not something I'm going to do. And so it's another accountability piece for me, of that. If I know that I have to get the miles in and I have to hit that 60-mile mark, it's putting your money where your mouth is. And that's, I'm putting my movement where my mouth is. And so here we are, Movement Monday.
That's good. How does that break down? How many miles a day do you have to do to hit 60?
So I broke it up into weeks. So I have to do 15 miles a week. And so I'm back walking the track Tuesdays and Thursdays, where I had been doing some strength work in my garage rather than walking. And since Cruz, my son, has soccer Tuesdays and Thursdays anyway, I'm at it's an opportunity for me to go and be on the track, and I can knock out 5 miles while he's practicing. And so that's 10 miles a week already there. So all I have to do is get in another 5 miles outside of walking on the track. And I typically do that in 2 to 3 classes at Orange Theory, and I take up to 4 classes a week. So, as luck would have it, the last 2 times I've been to Orange Theory, I only did 1.8 miles, and normally I average about 2.5. I'm like, well, I guess I'm setting myself up, but I'm keeping an eye on it and understanding that I might have to do a longer run at the end of the month. But I'm mentally preparing for it. Cruz and I have a 5K coming up. We're doing a turkey trot, so that'll be the 3 miles for that day. And I have no doubt in my mind that I'll hit that 60-mile mark with ease. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Like I said, it seems like a lot to commit to, but once I did the math, I was like, well, let's go.
Cool.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do a turkey trot too, trying to get as many people as I can to join me. Come run, come walk, do whatever.
Yeah, well, we have a team for Orange Theory up in Lakeland Hills up here. So I think there's at least 6 people signed up for the team now, which is pretty cool. It's a quick 3 miles, and it's not too bad. And Cruz is always excited to get into another run. So I did it last year with the Orange Theory team, and I'm pretty excited to have him come out and join, just because it brings my personal life in with my my gym life and members that I coach and whatnot. And as I talk a lot about Cruz, so it's always cool for people to get to meet him and have him do his thing with them. And he'll love he feeds off of that energy just as much as I do. So it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it gets you ready for, a little bit of a feast later on that day.
Oh, for sure. That's the only reason to do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else you got going on? Anything?
Nothing really. It's been kind of I had probably the most mellow weekend I've had in a long while. So, but with the time change and whatnot, it's a little different. It makes getting out and moving outside a little bit tougher, and so, it's the time of year where you have to find adjustments to find ways to do things in lighted areas or indoor areas where that you used to do outside, and so I'm very much in that mindset of, well, walking the track makes sense because it's a lit track. They're playing soccer or they're practicing soccer out there, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But the option of me running outside is probably gone for a while. So,
Yeah. That time change, I usually feel it for a couple days, but I think just not so much physically this time, it just kind of mentally,
yeah,
it's kind of messed with me the last couple days, yesterday and today. Just thinking, oh, it's this time, and then I'll look at, oh wait, that's right, we moved back. It's not as late as I thought it was. So
exactly. Well, and I saw a meme today on Facebook, and it said, "My dog doesn't know that the time changed. He's at his bowl."
right?
It's like, dogs and babies. That they don't care that the time changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have kids. You know that if the time changes, it just means that they wake up an hour later or an hour earlier now. So
Yeah.
if they're waking up at the same time, it's just the clock's is different on the clock, or time's different on the clock. So
yeah.
but here we are.
When the dogs want to eat, it's dinner time.
Yeah. Well, last night, I walk my dogs each night before bed. And last night they were sitting there looking at me like, what are we doing? Like, it's time. Let's go. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not time yet, So,
Yeah.
But they were just not. And my one of my dogs actually like growled at me like, I'm ready to go. It's like, we'll go when it's time, bud.
Yeah.
And so we'll see. It'll take a couple of days, but they'll get there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for all of us, it takes a couple of days.
And I thought getting up to go to the gym this morning would be a little bit easier, but it was about the same. But I mean, I guess you got the same amount of sleep. So, I just expected it to be, jump out of bed and ready to go, and it's still very much of I'm gonna wake up, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep.
But I don't know.
Good stuff.
Well, good deal. Anything else we want to cover? Or we get to wrap up?
No, I think that's good for this week.
Good deal. All righty, folks. If you're tuning in, thanks for tuning in. And if you're watching this on the replay, leave us a like, leave us a comment, give us a share. If you are seeing this on YouTube, please do the same. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share. We love the support. If movement is something you're passionate about and you want to join us for one of our sessions here on Monday nights, please reach out to either one of us, either me or Ryan, and we'd love to have you on. Folks, we'd also love to have questions if there's things that you'd like for us to talk about. I'm an Orange Theory coach. Ryan is a very active CrossFit member. How do you say that? CrossFit
Yeah.
CrossFitter. There you
Member.
go. Yeah, and he, we both got lots of things. Ryan's facilitated a few things for Innov8tive and helped with movement and for the Innov8tive team. So we've both got we can help if you need help. Reach out to us. Other than that, tune in next Monday. We'll be here same bat time, same bat channel, 5:45 every Monday. Movement Monday with Ray and Ryan. Talk to you later.
Take care.